gonna do a different type of vlog today. I mean, it's a vlog, but it's a different approach than what I've ever used. I'm gonna be doing a lot of drawing, and it's gonna take place probably over the course of this weekend. I'm taking advantage because I have free time, which is a rarity for me these days. But this is not part of the catch-up series. This is just a regular present day vlog. But you're just gonna hang out with me for the next maybe 3 days, and I'm gonna see what I can get accomplished. My goal is to design at least 2 new stickers and then test out my Cricut. My first dilemma is that I am completely out of printer ink. So we're either going to go to Office Max or whatever's out here, or just order it on Amazon. We'll see what my mood is giving by the time I have to get that accomplished. You didn't ask, but this isn't too far off of how I actually look. I'm not green. Or am I? So I might as well tell you where this idea came from. I went through a lot of changes before I finally decided upon this little theme I'm gonna go for this year. First, I was doom scrolling, and the baddest Mitch posted a selfie where she was wearing these really cute orange lens sunglasses. And so I thought, oh man, that would be so cool if I drew a witch with these orange sunglasses and kind of just kept with that color scheme. Then I thought, well, not really, because I've already got witches and I just don't want to do witches again. I've got 3 witches already, enough with the witches. Then I kind of moved on to the idea of a reaper as a really beautiful Black woman, of course. Because I've always had a fascination with death procedures. I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of macabre that way. But I've even had dreams where I was the reaper, and I've had dreams of my father as the reaper, and it's just always been something that's very fascinating to me. Then I was like, oh, too dark. Everything's dark enough right now. So then I forgot how I came up on it, but I remembered, I don't know if I saw something or, with fall being here or approaching very quickly. It'll be here by the time I post this, but with fall approaching, you start to see Halloween decorations everywhere. And maybe I saw something that was the bride. And I have always been obsessed with the bride. And I've already expressed this on my channel before, but I've drawn her before. And it was following that whole narrative that she and the monster were actual lovers, when if you've seen The Bride of Frankenstein, you know that is not the case. I was like, you know what? I'm going to focus on The Bride of Frankenstein. And then I thought of how I was going to draw her image. At first I wanted to make her into an artist. And I was like, no, I think that'd be a really good generalized concept just for throughout the year. So no, I threw that out. Then I saw a picture of her that you've probably all seen it. The picture of her where she's applying her makeup. It's a behind the scenes picture. This is not in the movie. This is just Elsa Lanchester putting makeup on, powdering her face. And so I went with that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with that kind of vibe. And so that's how we came to this picture. I thoroughly enjoyed drawing the draft with the blue pencil. The finished product, it's going to be kind of a bluish grayish. And that came from a really beautiful shot of a girl who had this gorgeous, airbrushed, blended out, blue made up face. She is beautiful. I might post her picture. But I'm going to make the bride that way in this bride pampering, getting ready series, I guess, because it's all going to be makeup themed. And I think they're going to be really pretty. So I'm happy with this sketch. On to the next one. Okay, not quite on to the next one, but I'm going to eat before I start the next one. I'm starving. Got to nourish ourselves and hydrate. For this one, we're gonna go green. My plan with this one is to have her at the mirror, but this time she is decompressing. Not decomposing anymore because she's been brought back to life. I'll see myself out. Okay, she's decompressing, getting ready for the evening, winding down. Winding down. That's a better way of describing this. So I'm going to not have her so put together per se. She's gonna be wearing her little lounge romper and have her hair in maybe kind of a net or a bonnet. I'm trying to determine because I want people to still be able to recognize that it's her. I might just put it in a net, although that is not ideal for her hair type. Just imagine that she's lying on a silk pillow. There we go. Whew, okay, when I stepped out on the pavement, it felt so nice out. I was like, you know what, I'll do a little plein air. Is it plein air? Sitting outside and drawing. No, girl, it was burning up. I got a cute little shot for you, but we're taking this back inside. I'm gonna let this sit for a while. It's just, I like it, but there's something about it that's not, I'm not obsessed with it. I love the concept and I like how it came out, but I think I had a vision for how I wanted it to look exactly. And it doesn't look like that. And it's because it's not in paint. I wanted to paint it, but I don't know that I have time to paint. So I'm going to transfer both of these into Procreate and see if I can't achieve what I'm looking for on that side. Something about this, I think it's the background. Something about this is giving children's illustration, which would make a lot of sense because I've been reading a lot of children's books lately. But that's not what I'm going for. I don't know, we'll see. Also, I'm wondering what this would be if I were to put it in my shop. Would this be a print or would it be a sticker? Is this sticker to you? Does this say sticker? I don't know. I don't even know if this other one says sticker. I feel like they should be prints. They should probably be prints. Oh, we'll see. This parking lot is so empty. Like, it's me, one car, and I guess someone else is showing up, but barely, there's no one here. That's depressing. I've never purchased ink refills, so I did not know. I know I could have hit the good Google, but I didn't know they were so expensive. I knew they were expensive, but I didn't know they were so expensive. I got to that cash register and they said $167. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to wait on that. I just didn't have that to fork out. So we're back to where we started. They were really nice in there. I mean, it was bare, girl. Not one soul, only the workers. I was the only customer in there. But they gave me 2 sheets of cardstock paper so I could test how an art print would look. But I can't do that because I didn't get the ink. So there's that. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. I'll check in tomorrow. We'll see what we're doing then. Bye. Happy Saturday. This is a perfect example of not planning in time and not preparing. I spent the rest of the evening researching different ways I could turn this into product. And when I look at these pictures I drew, I don't see sticker really, Maybe I could turn the second picture I drew into a sticker, but I see them as more as prints or stuff to put on a shirt or a bag, but I don't want to spend the money on putting them on shirts. And if I do, I want it to look a certain way. I want to screen print them. And I want to put them on thrifted shirts, so I'm not being wasteful. I just feel like it's better for the environment to just use thrifted shirts. So that'll be my next venture. I've decided upon using Vistaprint. That seemed to offer everything I wanted, and it had great reviews. And it said it's probably the best you're going to do as far as online printing services. So we'll see. I'm kind of back and forth. I don't know if I'm going to go to this place that's nearby, if I'm going to use Vistaprint. I'll just have to see next week. In the meantime, I'm going to draw some more stuff. I wanted to do it on my iPad first. I need to see if it's charged, but if it's not charged, I'm just going to do it in the sketchbook and then transfer it. Editing Fuji. I did not end up drawing more stuff. I continued working on that one picture. You'll see. And that was enough. So I'm happy to report that I'm very happy with the way this is coming out. Like even more than, I don't know how I was expecting it to come out, but I'm liking it. I really am. Now, did I accomplish what I set out to accomplish this weekend? Kind of. I got the designs created. As far as getting them produced or turned into anything, that we'll see what happens with that. I'll check in with you next week. But I think this is a good stopping point for this weekend. Main reason being it is the end of the weekend. It's Sunday night and I have to get ready for work. So I'll see what happens with getting this all turned into a print and all that good stuff. And I'll just update you maybe next week. We shall see. I don't know. But hopefully soon. I don't know if next week I'll be giving you episode 2 of Catch Up or if I'll give you the second portion of this vlog. I hope I'm not confusing y'all. Bye.